Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. As we all know, Kingdom Legendary War has just ended. Congrats to all the groups of course, and especially the winners, and since Kingdom just ended, I thought it would be fun to create my own lineup for Road to Kingdom 2. But if it ever happens, Road to Kingdom 2 better be handled better than their predecessors. Basically, the only requirements to make it onto this list is for the group not to have a music show win, so let's go. Number 1, P1 Harmony. P1 Harmony was actually the first group I thought to put on this list, basically because I feel like they have a lot to show. I think a lot of people know about P1 Harmony, but most of them only know about them because of Kiho or because of their funny clips, but I think the boys are really talented and I especially like their rappers. I think if they are ever to go on Road to Kingdom 2, they'd be able to show off their individual talents and gain a larger fan base, which would be really good for them. Number 2, WayV. If you don't know, WayV is a K-pop group that debuted in 2015, and if they were to participate, they would qualify as the, quote, older group of the show. Despite being around for a pretty long time, WayV actually still has a really small fan base despite being really talented. If WayV were to participate, I could see them using a lot of Latin influences in their stages, since my personal favorite title track of theirs is Señorita, but I could also see them going in a futuristic direction because they've done songs like Thrilla Killa and one of my favorite B-sides ever, Runway. Number 3, MCND. Was it a surprise that I put MCND on this list? Absolutely not. MCND is a 5-member boy group under Top Media that debuted on February 27th with the song Ice Age. Okay, so basically being a group full of main dancers, MCND would be able to demolish all of the dance performances, and since some of the members are currently practicing acrobatics, I think they'd be able to add those tricks and stunts without using all the props and stuff. Also, I'd be very excited for the vocal line to show off their amazing vocals to a wider audience, since most of the time the songs are focused around the rap line. Number 4, Ace. Having one of the most dedicated fan bases I've ever seen, Ace would dominate the streaming and voting scores if Road to Kingdom 2 had them. I think Ace would be an amazing participant on Road to Kingdom 2 because of their amazing usage of visual effects I've seen in their music videos. I think with proper funding, Ace would be able to portray some beautiful stories with their stages and bring a deeper meaning to their stages that some of the other groups might lack. I think one of the weaknesses Road to Kingdom and Kingdom had was the lack of a soloist, and groups that had way too many members to the point where if you weren't familiar with every group, you wouldn't know who you were looking at. In my opinion, Woods is the perfect candidate to go on Road to Kingdom 2 as a soloist, because he's just a super talented all-rounder. Being an all-rounder, he'd be able to participate in all of the special skills performances and show everyone that he is a master of all trades, not just a jack. Being a self-produced idol, Woods would also be able to have a leading hand in creating the remixes when he'd inevitably have to cover one of the other group's songs, and with his infectious personality, he'd be one step closer to becoming a 4th-gen it-boy. Number 6, Dawn. Now, when I thought about Dawn performing in Road to Kingdom 2, it just made so much sense in my mind. I think almost everyone knows who Dawn is, and making an appearance on an Mnet show might be a good way to recapture the attention of all the K-pop fans that used to love him. Dawn is another example of an all-rounder, and I think he's a pretty big name to make a lot of people tune in who wouldn't otherwise. Dawn has so much to show, and I think Road to Kingdom 2 would be a good way to prove that he's a good solo artist who's not only unique, but is talented enough to compete with anyone in the industry. Finally, WE. Am I organizing an X1 reunion with Woods and Johan? Maybe. Now, WE is a group that's pretty successful domestically but hasn't really grasped an international fan base yet, but with groups like P1 Harmony and Ace participating, Road to Kingdom 2 would be a great way for WE to grasp an international fan base as well. Honestly, I don't know too much about WE, especially since they're such a new group, but I'd love to see what they can do and see some of their individual talents. With big names in their group like Johan, the show would be a really good way to do that. And that concludes this video. Obviously, if Road to Kingdom 2 ever happens, it'll be much further down the line, and honestly, I think Road to Queendom should happen first, but I got some inspiration to make this video as Kingdom ended, and I thought I'd do it sooner rather than later. Also, I think there are some, problems with some of the groups I listed, in terms of blacklists from Mnet, but I'm not sure about that. If you know about that, confirm in the comments. Let me know what groups you want to be on Road to Kingdom 2 in the comment section below, and also remember to like and subscribe. Peace out, everyone.